Hello all, welcome to the channel again. So as explained in the last session that we have gone through the tabs overview, application overview, what is the basic ecosystem of the Salesforce, what is the Salesforce and so on. So now in this video we would like to understand more about the Salesforce objects, their relationships, and what are the objects there in the Salesforce itself. And if you don't understand the Salesforce object, you cannot understand Salesforce at all because uh, in the Salesforce all the data would be stored into the objects and that's why we would like to explain here what is the Salesforce object and their relationship and how they are linked with each other. So by the end of this video you will clearly understand how Salesforce data model works. Okay, so let's try to understand what is object. So I think most of you would understand then object uh, we can say as a table here. So in the table in some of the database like SQL, Oracle, we will be using a table to store the data. So in the Salesforce we use the object to store the data. So object is nothing but you can say a table, right? So this is a table, you can say this is the table, and here the data would be stored into the columns and row basis. So this is the column, suppose employee number is a column here, and then name is a column here, and then contact is a column here. So in the different column we can store the different values, and how the values will be stored here. So the values will be stored in a row, right? So if we say that the records, basically, so the records will be stored as a row. So these sections is called as row, this section is called as column, and whole things will be called as objects, right? So in the object we will see later that we will be creating these fields to store the data, so that will act as a column, and the data which is going to store into this will be called as a record, right? So in the Salesforce we can see a different type of object here. So if we have gone through these tabs for the sales application, so you can see the opportunity, leads, task, accounts, contact. So these are the tabs, and these tabs are nothing but an object. So we can create a custom object as per our requirement, we can use the standard object as per our requirement. So there are two kind of object in the Salesforce, standard and custom. Standard is nothing but these are, you can say, the pre-built by the Salesforce provide you these object by default, like account, contact, lead, opportunities, cases, users. So these type of object already provides by the Salesforce. And if we talk about the, so we can go through this object one by one. So account object, so let's go into this account tab. Here you can see these are the records, so these are the columns which we have explained earlier, right? The account name, These columns you can create as per your requirement into the account object as well. But yes, but this is the standard object, but the columns is nothing but the fields, and the fields you can create into the standard object, the custom field as well. So there is nothing restricted that on the standard object you can't create a custom fields. You can create. So let's go back to this account tab here. So here you can say the data is stored into the columns, right, into the rows. Here you can see the columns name, you can see here in the account name is visible. In the phone number, the phone number is visible. In the type, which type of account it is, so it is visible. The account owner who is owning that record, so it is visible. So account represent a company or organization you do business with. So your client for whom you created this application, that client is like doing some business with their customer, right? So if the customer is interested and decided to do the business with you, so what you can do is you will create an account in your system to store the customer information, because you're doing the business, so you should be having some basic information, some account information, or some required information for that customer you want to keep, right, for the future user, like the email, the phone number, the company information, the employee counts, the description of about the companies, right? So this much things you can keep, which type of account it is, right? The customer, the business types, you can keep it in the type, right? So which type of industry this accounts belongs to, so that kind of information you can create a customize fields inside this account object, and you can store as much as information you want to store, right? So similarly, if you see here, so you can see also this is the one of the tab, my contact. So this is the contact object, it is nothing but this is the contact object. So here you can see my contacts. So let's I will explain these things later, right? So but I want to show you the contact record. So you can see this is the contact record, and here you can see this is the contact owner, this is the contact name, this is the phone number. So contact represent a person who works for an account, right, who works for that account, right? So if you are having a customer who is handling a business, and he is having a company, right, they own. So under that company multiple contact used to work, right, under that company. So you will register that company under the account, and the contact information about their employees or their contact to whom you are dealing with, right, for any further communication. Suppose you want to connect with their HR or their other employees to get the information, right? So you can keep those data stored into the contact object, right? So similarly you can find the lead object here. So that is why you open the sales application. Sales application is having most of the standard object already listed as a tab here. So that is why I opened the sales application. So let's go to the my lead. Hmm. So here you can see the lead information, right? So lead information is similar kind of things you can see where we are storing the basic information about the lead. I am saying the lead because the lead is not converted yet into the account end, contact, right? So suppose if someone is filling the form into the website, right, to inquiry to inquire something, right, from your type of business you are doing, right, you are providing what kind of benefits to them, right? So suppose if I would say example, take example of the hotel. So in the hotel website, what they usually we used to do is we used to fill the form. We used to inquire for the hotels, rooms, what is the night charges, what is the cocktail charges, mocktail charges, etc. So this kind of information we are filling from their website, and then click on the inquiry, right? Inquiry now something, whatever the button they used to call like submit, etc, right? So we click on that button, and then what used to do is they will get back to us in case if we are interested to booking. They will store those information into the lead object, because we are not their customer yet, we are just wanted to get the information from them, if it is feasible to book from them or not. If it is not, then I will look for the different hotels and all, right, facilities. So depends on the user inputs. What it will do is it will fill these information. It can be any type of leads we can get from the website, we can get from the direct call, we can get, right, from suppose the credit card, HDFC Bank credit card, they used to call the customer to invest here, invest there, or they want to uh, give the credit card to them, right? So we are not taking yet, we are just showing the interest to them. But if we are interested to take their services, so what they will do is they will store the information into the account and contact objects, right, if we are interested. But here the lead information is the prospect customer who is showing their interest, but it is not converted into the account and contact yet. So this lead information is basically related to those things, right? And later they can get converted into the account, contact, and opportunity. So I will talk about the opportunity now. So opportunity is nothing but it represent a potential deal or sales, right? So suppose if someone is interested into our services, so of course they will give us the benefit, right? That customer will be a, like we are taking doing some deal with those customers, right? So those information will be stored here into the opportunity object. And like suppose if you want to sell some software worth 5 lakhs, right? So you want to create a deal. Deal is nothing but the opportunity records, where you can see some different stages like prospecting, qualification. So you will fill some details like selling software, product type is software, something, the value is expected revenue, the amount is 5 lakhs, the expected revenue from that client is this, and I will try to close this deal with the customer around this date. So some basic information is related to what this opportunity is related with this account. So those information we are filling into this opportunity object, right? So here I would say when the lead gets converted, it gets converted into account, contact, and opportunity object. So basic structure is this for the sales application, and most of the standard or the custom application is also using these account, contacts, lead, other information, and other objects as well, which is like the common into the sales application. So here I think you understood about these standards objects, and now we would like to show you here what is the object manager. So where this object information we can see, right? So Here you can see this setting button, right, gear icon. You can click into this gear icon and then it will redirect you to the setup page. We call it as a setup page. So here you can see the object manager tab, right? So object manager is having all the details of the object. The account object here you can see, right? The contact object here you can see. So all the details related to the object you can see inside the object manager. So let's open the contact or the account object. So now here you can see this is the account object and this is the details. So here you can see this is the API name. API name, generally when we use the SQL query to get the data from the account table, right? So this is nothing but the table. Object is nothing but the table in the Salesforce, right? So if we want to get some records on the basis of some condition, so right, so suppose if account name is this, account name is equal to Surya, then we want to get the account, how many account are there. So this is the API name we will use into the SQL kind of SOQL query we used to see here in the Salesforce terms, but we will explain it later. This is the field and relationship. We were talking about the column name and all, right? So this is the column name. So from here we can create a field, a different type of field. If we know like what kind of data we want to store, we want to store a formula, we want to store a email, we want to store a date. So these are the data types related to the fields. Like if, as per the requirement, we can keep the data type. We can select the data type from here, and then we can select the name we want to keep, and that will be showing into the UI. So here the label which we can give here, and it will show into the UI, right? So here you can see opportunity owner price. These are the labels. These are not the API name. API name will be this. So this API name field name will be used into the SQL query to get the information, but the user will be seeing these field labels, not the field name, not the API name, right? So this is the basic structure here, and similar to account, you can go to the contact and see the contact information here. So I would request you all to get the developer edition created for you. Just go into the object manager and try to see the standard objects. I will post the standard, some of the standard object into the description on this video, and you can check it there. Also just try to open the sales application and try to find the records and their fields, right? Just go into inside the tabs like opportunity tabs, account tabs, contact tabs, and see what you can see here inside the details, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions related to it. I will try to answer as much as I can. Okay, so the next section will be based on the relationship between these objects uh, in depth, right? So what will be the uh, lookup relationship, what will be the master details, how these are linked each with each other, right? So that's something we will be discussing into the next session. So for now you can keep the dev org ready and do some hands-on, like going into the app things from the app launcher and see what are the information is stored here. Thank you all. Next and let's meet into the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.